How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's Gav aka Baytech, and today in this video we're going to carry on assembling this 3.2 Ford's VR6 engine for the RX-7. As you can see, the garage is a mess with all sorts of stuff everywhere. The bench is getting a little bit messy again, so before I start I'm going to tidy all this up again. I've got some blue boxes here because I'm going to put the engine onto the box now, just for working on and around the head, and it's not too high when it potentially falls off. So, but yeah, not only that, is the chain block is right here, so I could lift it up off of that and have it suspended, bring the car in, stick the engine back in again. Right boys, she's up in a wee stand now, and I've got the head in as well. It's been freshly skimmed, yeah, everything's looking alright. It's all blown out nice and clean. Now what I'm going to do is go take the valves, give them a clean up, maybe on the lathe or just in the drill, and give the heads a wee clean up, and start sticking them in. I'll probably give them a quick lap, nothing too wild. And then we're going to be working on this head, pull this exhaust manifold off, take the valve springs and retainers and everything out of this one, transfer them onto this one. Right boys, head is underway now, so I'm just putting the valves in. I'm just taking these ones and giving them a wee clean up with some sandpaper. But there is a difference here. I think I'll say to you guys so you can understand. So not all VR6 24 valve springs are the same. These are all stock that I use, and these ones here with the dimple in the middle and the ring on the outside. The dimple and the ring are, I think they're not stainless. I think they're Inconel. The standard ones are prone to failure, so with high horsepower anyway. But these things are fine for over 1,000 horsepower, so I use these. And as you can see, the valve stems are all different heights. So if you look at the difference between these two here, so this is intake valves, as you can see, one's taller, so the taller ones go in the middle because it has to come down at this angle and reach right away through to the camshaft that controls this bank here. If you can imagine the camshaft's in line here, and this valve has to reach all the way down to the other side. So, and obviously the side here, like for instance these ones, are closer to the camshaft. They're shorter valves. So yes, different length valves. If you've never seen it before, it's just the VR6 ting. So just on to intakes now. Like lapping valving is literally, to me anyway, the worst part of engine building. It just takes so long with the, well, I don't know if there is a bit of a reward to be fair, but yeah, it just annoys me. Right boys, that's all the valves lapped in on the new head. I'll say new. This is new on that side. I didn't go for the hot wash. You can get these things hot washed and they can clean up all the carbon and stuff like that, but I've blown it all out with petrol and cleaned it down nicely, so let's be honest, it won't be long before things probably back out again anyway. But yes, this is the head here. I'm going to pull off this exhaust manifold, and I need to pull out all these valve springs and collets and all this good shit, and transfer them onto the new one. Right, so how we get these things out, I'll just plonk this somewhere that you guys can see. Try and all over camera. As soon as I scalp this thing, shit, the camera will come flying out. She's not happy. She's not happy. Let's try close a little bit. Fuck. Jesus Christ. There's one keeper. These valve springs are super stiff. I actually forgot how stiff the fucking things were. They're very stiff. You can see there, second one. Oh, don't drop it. That's how we get them out. Right boys, I've spent the best part of probably half an hour. I think I've got like three, in fact, yeah, three valve springs and keepers. These are beastie valves, valve springs, so they're really hard to try and hit out. And yeah, I'm gonna have to put them in there. It's just gonna be, it's gonna take a long fucking time. So you don't get specialist valve tools with these. You get this usual type, and you can kind of modify them, and they can get to these ones, but they don't do the deep ones. Like the actual C doesn't reach far enough over to get that, so you have to start modifying the length of this and the length of this, and cut these and make them all longer and shit. So I think I'm going to try and make a tool. Tools don't exist for these, but I think we're going to have to try and make something similar to what we did with the K series. Well, that's a tool you could buy, but you bolt it on these studs and it presses down onto them. Hey boys, we're getting there. Just one last hole to go. Shite drill bits today, but we'll just do with what we've got. Oh, fucking mint. So the idea here is I make some sort of contraption here so I can get a fucking thread down there to push onto that gadget. And if you look underneath here, two more springs. I'll do the same with that basically. Down here. Just need to measure it all up. I wanted to make sure that would fit first. Right, so first stage of the adapter, the valve spring tool complete. Just welded them all up for a bit of structural rigidity. But as you can see, when I fire that down there, it hits on top of the valve, and obviously not the valve. It'll have a collet tool for getting in and out of there. So obviously I'll get the right bolts, but there's a start anyway for the first two. I need to cut all this shit out of the way and do the same here, but these ones are a little bit, a bit of an angle, but not as drastic as these ones. And this plate fits on every one of these four, front and back. So, very nice little tool. There we go, boys. So now you can see nice axis down here for this thread. It goes down and pushes on this one. You go this one, it comes down and pushes this one. Nice axis. Same with this one's here. Push down there, nice axis. And here, nice axis. So yeah, looks the part. Now that's kind of the right position. I just need to make a little piece here. Like I'll weld that onto there, so it's like so I can get to a collet. It's just a couple of washers and a bit of steel. And just using some nice hand tools today. We'll just try it. Nice. I'm fucking buzzing with that. I'm proper proud of myself of that. That's fucking sick. Right, before I do this one, I just wanted to make sure this one works, and it did, just perfect. This one here, it's going to work too, as one call it. Another call it will be in here somewhere. There she is. So we'll just unwind this thing. You can use a gun, and I have been using a gun if I'm honest, but just quickly. That one's it. Nice one. Right, this one, see if we get down here. Oh, boys. It feels like cheating at this point. Right, boys, that's all the valve springs out now. Collets and everything are all on the bottom. Everything counted out, and I didn't lose one. Usually I always lose one, but I didn't lose a single one. So I'm happy. Let's carry on with the build now. I've got new valve stem seals. I'm going to stick in the new head. The old one's over there, the new one's there. So we will get new valve stem seals in it, then we'll start putting valve springs in and get a retool and get starting on putting the valve springs in the new head. First one successful. Nice. Right boys, that's the head. All valve springs, keepers, retainers are all in. That valve tool, absolute legendary. I'm just about to get ready to start putting the head on the block, so I'm just checking things over. And these are the new head studs I'm going to be running. These head studs are from Deutz Performance or Douche Performance or Dutch Performance. And as you can see here, this one's in a little bit further than this one just now, but I want to show you something. So if you can see the slack on the old ones versus the new ones, nothing at all. They're in solid. The thread has been designed specifically for this application. This slightly larger thread. These are 11mm. These are like, I don't know what it is. It's secret sauce, but as you can see, these, when they're in the thread, are kind of loose. And these ones, I can rock the whole thing, and the stud is solid. So yes, looking forward to trying these out next time, and yeah, see how much power they can take. Getting the head gasket on.
Fuck yeah.
Posty bent my head gasket.
Did he actually?
No, I think he's already. He has bent it though, but fucking posties.
Why don't I get one of the wee holder things?
Can I have a holder if you like, babe? Yes.
Very serious. Silence in the room, guys.
Serious business, is it?
Shiny as fuck.
This song feels a bit.
A bit sus.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm Adam LZ right now. Yeah.
Hi, baby. You okay?
Shit. Studs in.
Okay, can I stop now? This music.
Last one.
All done.
Can you get to the bottom side of it?
Aye, for underneath, aye.
Smash it out and then just weld the bolt to the back of it.
Aye, that's a good idea. You know how that's sound like that? See that?
Yeah, how does it split out a bit? Wait, does that bush sit inside that?
Aye,
What the fuck? How did it burst out?
that's what I'm saying.
How the fuck are we going to get it back in again?
Aye. I don't know if that's
Yeah,
going to
baby.
work like but
Not too bad actually. So that is the head on, boys. Valve train in there. I did assemble the cams without the lifters and the follower or the rollers in there, and made sure it rotated nice and freely, which it did. So with the cam caps all torqued. So I'm happy with these cams, these cat cams billet. These were actually supplied from Astrid as well. At Douche Performance, and same with this. This whole engine is just littered in his bits now. Like same with these gears, this, oh god, all the gears. So front pulley is on as well. So now I'm going to work on the timing stuff. I actually need to crack this bolt off, so I'll put the bottom timing chain on, I'll lock the flywheel, and then I'll crack that off. Because I've got the plate that goes in here and bolts on the inside here to stop this. It's like a retaining shaft. I think it goes down in there and it stops this from being able to walk out, because that can be an issue. So yeah, we're just going to get to it, start checking the chain on, and see if we can dial in these cams. I'm going to leave the settings as they are. I'll get the dial indicator out, and then we'll see what sort of overlap we've got and work out the lobe separation angle, and then go from there. Right boys, I'm just now dialing in the cam timing, adjustable pulleys, because I'm VVT Delete. And how I do this is I get it to TDC. I've got a little marker underneath here. If you're into VR6, you know which mark it's like this mark down there. And basically I want, on this setup I'm going for 1.2 mil on the intake and 0.8 mil on the exhaust. That's valve opening at TDC. And I do this with the dial indicator. Got the Mitutoyo bad boy on the go. And yeah, so what I do is I wind it back so it's off, wind it forward and wait to see this moving, come back again, zero it, come round until 1.2 and see where my crank is, or vice versa. Go around until your crank goes to TDC and count how many turns you do here, and I just adjust the cam pulley until I've got the correct measurement that I'm wanting. So I think it's 1.2 mil intake and 0.8 exhaust is, I think it's about 114 degrees lobe separation angle. So I'm going to go and dial in the exhaust now. Happy with this one. Right boys, that's me all timed up now. The covers are all back on again. Just need to stick a flywheel on, an adapter. I might put the intake and exhaust on while it's on out of the car, because it is a bit tricky to get it on. But this engine is now ready to be fully sent with all the boost. We're going to test this thing out and see how far she goes. Now it's 3 in the morning. I'm going to head to bed. We've got the Perth show is on tomorrow, so we're going to go to the Perth show. And by the time you've seen this, it'll probably been a couple of days by then actually, but yes, we'll go to Perth show. So yes, the next couple of days I should have the engine back into the car again, and yeah, we'll get a wee setup and start video. I've still got another couple of bits and bobs to do with the gearbox, maybe torque converter, and setting up CO2 boost control and stuff like that. So and bits and a project on a lathe as well, for a poppet style wastegate. So yes, plenty to do, but I've got a little bit of time on my side. I've got a week, so not too bad. But anyway guys, thanks for coming along again and watching, and as always, take care, stay safe, and we'll catch you in the next vid. Cheers.